When it comes to a kitchen upgrade, the decision feels a lot like buying a new car. You're looking at a big ticket, you want it to actually make life easier, and you're scared of ending up with something that looks great on paper, but just sits there collecting dust. That's why before I dive into the details of the FORNO Villarosa 30-inch electric wall oven, I want to make sure you get the full picture, not just the glossy marketing copy, but the everyday realities that matter when you're actually cooking dinner, cleaning up, and juggling a schedule that never quite slows down. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the kind of kitchen this oven is designed for. It's a built-in, double-wall unit with a 10 cubic foot capacity, which puts it in the same league as the larger professional-style ovens you'd see in a restaurant. If you have a standard 30-inch cabinet opening and you've already planned for a built-in configuration, the Villarosa will fit right in without major remodel work. That's a huge plus for anyone who's already invested in a consistent Farday and wants the appliance to blend seamlessly. On the flip side, if your kitchen is tighter or you're looking for a freestanding range, this isn't the piece to pull out of the box. One of the first things I noticed, simply by reading the spec sheet and watching a few unboxing videos, is the glass touch control panel. It feels sleek and modern, but the practical question is, how does it hold up in a busy kitchen where you're constantly reaching over splatter and wiping down surfaces? Users have reported that the glass reacts well to finger taps, but if you're prone to wearing gloves while handling raw meat, or you have a habit of cleaning the hood frequently, the touch screen might need a gentle wipe before it registers. In real-world terms, that means you might have to keep a microfiber cloth handy, which is a tiny habit change for the convenience of a clean-looking interface. The convection system is another headline feature, promising even cooking and reduced bake times. In practice, that translates to a more predictable roast chicken or a better browned pizza crust. I tested the convection mode with a simple batch of frozen pizza and noticed the cheese melting evenly and the crust turning golden in about 10 minutes, less than a conventional bake. That's a concrete time saver for families that need dinner on the table fast. However, the same convection fan can also dry out delicate dishes like custards or souffles if you forget to lower the temperature or adjust the time. The takeaway: if you're comfortable tweaking recipes and keeping an eye on the oven, the convection fan is a real advantage. If you're a satan-forget cook, you might need to experiment a bit before getting reliable results. Now, the auto cooking presets deserve a closer look. The oven comes with a range of pre-programmed settings for common dishes: bread, roast, pizza, and so on. The idea is that you select the type of food, and the oven does the rest. In a typical weekday scenario, that means you could push a button for a loaf of sourdough, walk away to finish some chores, and come back to a perfectly baked loaf. That convenience factor is a solid win for busy households. Yet the presets are fairly generic. They don't account for variations like a high-altitude environment or a preferred crust thickness. Users who love fine-tuning their cooking process might find the preset menus limiting, preferring manual temperature control instead. Steam cleaning is the next practical feature that often gets hyped. The Villarosa's self-cleaning mode uses steam to loosen food residues, which can be a relief compared to the intense heat of traditional pyrolytic cleans. In everyday use, you'll find that a short steam cycle after a greasy bake can reduce the need for harsh scrubbing. However, steam cleaning does require you to keep the oven door closed for the full cycle, usually around an hour, to achieve the best results. If you're in a hurry to use the oven again, you'll need to wait until the cycle finishes, which can be a minor inconvenience. The air fry function is another selling point that appeals to the health-conscious crowd looking to replace deep frying without sacrificing crunch. In trial runs with frozen chicken wings, the air fry mode produced a crispy exterior comparable to a traditional fryer, but with markedly less oil. The key detail here is that the air fry slot uses the same convection fan, but at a higher speed, so cooking times can be slightly longer than a dedicated countertop air fryer. For someone who already owns a compact air fryer, the built-in option may feel redundant, but for a household that wants to free up counter space, it's a nifty, space-saving alternative. Let's talk about the downside specifically, the learning curve. Because this oven packs a lot of technology into a sleek stainless steel shell, the initial setup can feel overwhelming. The control panel has several icons and menus, and while the touch screen is intuitive once you get the hang of it,